Right. So let us talk about what we're going to be revising this week. Obviously, halfway through August, I will be opening up tuition, full swing then. So you guys can start prepping from now till for August. Just waiting for eating to pass, then we're gonna hit up tuition again. Love it. So let's talk about what we're doing today. Today we're gonna revise something you've done a long time ago, something that you really need to know, which counts for about 20 to 30 marks in your final paper or your year-end paper. This is known as your analytical geometry. Now, so let's have a look at what we're talking about with regards to this specific analytical geometry. Right. So the main thing that we're going to talk about today is, as you can see, we're looking at the diagram here. Let's talk and interpret the diagram to actually see what we're going to be dealing with in this specific case. So they gave us A, they gave us B's coordinates, they gave us C's coordinates, they told us M is T and 0. We might have to do something there because it's T and 0. Then they just wrote out M here for us, so we might have to calculate M. If you're looking at E is x-intercept, we might have to calculate it. Then they gave us D, which is x and y. So, given all of this here, we already can see, oh, and then the last thing that I want to talk to people about is, it says A and D and C and B are what? They are perpendicular, not perpendicular, they are parallel, sorry. So, now that we can see that they are parallel, the main type of thing that we should come across with regards to parallel lines is what? That the gradients are the same of a parallel line. Now, so you're going to see that we're going to be working with all these type of things today with regards to this here. So let's head on to the actual question and the division of this specific question to ensure that we get everything correct here. Lovely. So let's talk about this here, right, youngsters? Right, so the main thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to start off here with 3.1. So 3.1, it says calculate the gradient of BC. So here's B, here's C. So it says calculate the M of BC. The first thing that you need to do with analytical geometry is you need to always make sure that you write out the gradient formula. So you need to go what? Y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Then you need to take out the coordinates that they want you to work out your gradient with. What are these coordinates? It's B and C. So let's go here. We're going to write out B, which is 6 and 5. And then we're going to write out C, which is what, youngsters? 0 and -3. So now that we have B and C written out, we now can go ahead and do what, youngsters? Go ahead and label it. So it's going to be y2, x2, and then we can label it y1 and x1. Now that we can see that it's labeled, the coordinates are out, our formula is done for us, we can just go ahead and write it out. So we can go ahead and say it's going to be y2, which is 5, minus into -3 will just become a +3, all over 6 minus 0, which will give us what? 8 all over 6 down. That will be our gradient for that specific one. Quite simple, quite easy, not anything difficult, not anything hard. Easy to answer because we had 6 and 5, which gave us 8 all over 6. And that's perfectly what we're looking for or what we specifically need. Now, let's look at 3.2 with regards to this here. So if we're talking about 3.2, it says determine the equation of AD, right? So with regards to the equation of AD, how do you think we're going to solve for that? So with regards to the equation of AD, there's two steps whenever you're working out the equation of a specific thing. Step number 1. So step 1, youngsters, what you need to do, you need the gradient. Step 2 that you need to apply with regards to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the gradient there. In case I erase those answers, the gradient is 8 over 6. Step 2, after this specific thing, what do we need, youngsters? We're going to use y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1, alright? Which is your y is equals to mx plus c formula. So, now that you have that there, you know your two steps, you need to calculate what? The gradient of AD. So we're going to need m of AD. But now we run into a bit of a problem or a bit of a situation. What is our situation with regards to this? We do not have 2 points on the line AD. But if you're looking at AD, can you see that AD over here is now parallel to what? BC. So remember, when the lines are parallel to one another, what do we know about it? We know that when lines are parallel, the gradients are equal. So it equals to the gradient of BC. Now you need to go and calculate BC. No, you've done it already. So you can already go ahead and say the gradient of AD was now equals to 8 over 6. Love. Now that you've got your gradient, after you go or you have your gradient, you take y minus y1 is equals to, in place of m you put 8 over 6 all over x minus x1. Now in place of this y and x you do not put anything, but in place of y1 and x1 you need to put something. You need to put a coordinate that lies on that specific line. So if we're looking here, which coordinate lies on this specific line? We can see that A lies on that specific line, right? Minus 2 and 2. Lovely, youngsters. So now that we know that A lies there, what can we do? We can now take it and we can sum it in. So we're going to call that x1 and y1. So it's going to be y minus 2 is equals to 8 all over 6 into x. Lovely. Minus 2. So minus 2 will become plus 2. So it's going to be 8 over 6 x. Lovely. Then what are we going to do? We're going to say y, take that 2 over, so 8 over 6 multiplied by 2 will be what? 8 times 2 is 16, so positive is 16 all over 6 minus 2, which will give us what, our youngsters? If we're looking at it, it should give you 6, 12, 18. So our sound is not looking correct here. It must become a plus 2 here, and A is right here. So it must become a plus 2, and then obviously you add that up and get your final answer. Perfect. So if we go ahead and take out our calculator, we try and solve it, and we should get a proper solution with regards to that. Right, so if we go ahead and add this up, we're going to say it's 16 all over 6, right, plus 2, plus 2, so we're going to get 14 over 3, so it's going to be 8 over 6 x plus 14 over 3. So the main thing is we can go ahead and write y is equals to 8 over 3 x plus 14 over 3, because we never ever know when we might need it, right? So the reason I wrote it out is because if you're not sure, you might need it somewhere else in your specific questions that will follow. Lovely. So let's get it on, right? So now as you can see, I've erased all of this out. And now we're going to move on to 3.3 over there. Lovely. So with regards to 3.3, the main thing is, let's read what our question is saying. It says the value of t. So as you can see, t is there. Now the point of n is basically what t you want, but they gave you 0, but they did not give you what, youngsters? They did not give you your x-intercept. So for your x-intercept, what you do, you always make y equals to 0. Now you know that this has nothing to do with what, youngsters? with your analytical geometry. But boys and girls, this is what you specifically need. Why do you specifically need this here, youngsters? The main thing is because as you can see that this point of T here is a what intercept? It is an x intercept. And for an x intercept, what do? You go ahead and you make your y equals to 0. Lovely. So let's go ahead and do that. Y is equals to 0 as it is an x-intercept. But now what equation am I going to use? Lovely. The equation that we worked out in the previous line, in the previous question. So it's going to go y is equals to 8 all over x, 8 all over 6, 3, sorry, wasn't it? 8 over 6, yeah, I remember it being 8 over 6, sorry. 8 over 6 plus 14 over 3x. Now, remember y must be 0, so it must be 8 over 6x plus 14 over 3. Take it over, it becomes 14 over 3 is equals to 8 over 6x. Now what can you do? You can cross multiply. So 8, 16, 24, 24, and 14 times 6. So let's make it 24x. Right, so what did I do here? I just simply went and I cross multiply. Lovely. So let's go 14 multiplied by 6, which gives us 84. 84 divided by 24 divided by 24. X is equals to, so 84 divided by 24, x is equals to 7 over 2. Therefore, t is equals to 7 over 2. So now we've calculated our what, youngsters? Our t value, and our t value was giving us a young 7 over 2. So we can go ahead and fill it in there. Lovely. So now we've done the first three. Let's move on to 3.4. So let's do 3.4 over here next to it. Right, so let's see what does 3.4 say. It says the length of AN. So if you're looking at this AN, how do you calculate length when it comes to analytical geometry? The main way of calculating a length is to use your what formula, youngsters? It's to use your distance formula. So how do we go about this? We first go around and we say the length of AN will equals to my distance formula. My distance formula is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Lovely. So now that I have my distance formula up and in place, youngsters, what do I need to now go and calculate? So I basically say that AN, I need coordinates, right? So let's talk about A's coordinates and let's talk about N's coordinates. Right, so with regards to A's coordinates, it's minus 2 and 2. With regards to N's coordinates, it's negative 7 over 2 and 0. Now you label one x1, one y1, and from there you now go ahead and you do what, youngsters? You go ahead and you actually solve for AN. So you go ahead, you say it's going to be the root of x2, which is negative 7 over 2 minus, so plus 2 squared plus, if you go ahead you can say y2, which is 0 minus 2 squared. And then you're going to plug this in your calculator and get your final answer. So let's just say I raise this block here and I go ahead and I plug it in my calculator. And I can figure out my final answer. So I now can say that it's going to be negative 7 over 2, right, plus 2, close the brackets, all squared, plus 0 minus 2 whole squared. Lovely. And that's going to give us 5 over 2. So you can go ahead and write this here to be, if you don't want to write it in, you can just say it's 5 over 2, which is 2.5. So that is, you can give us 2.5, or you can write it as a decimal, whichever way you guys want to write. 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this 3.3, and I'm going to do 3.5 here. So what does 3.5 says? It says DC is equals to this. So D to C is equals to this, alright? It says calculate the coordinates of D. So you have this equation and you have that equation. So you make it two equations equal to each other. So you say 8 over 6x plus 14 over 3 is equals to 3 all over 8x minus 3. Right? And now you basically go ahead and solve for your specific x. So what you can do here is 8, 16, 24, 3, 24, 6, 6, 8, 6, 12, 18, 24. So we can take on an LCD, right? If we take on an LCD of 24, 6. So 24, let's talk about it. 6, 12, 18, 24, it's 4. So 8 times 4 will be 32. 32x plus 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 times 14, 8 multiplied by 14 is 112. 112. Then we're going to go ahead here, we're going to say 8, 16, 24, so it's going to be 9x. And then we're going to say minus 3 times by 24, so 24 multiplied by 3 is negative 72. Now we can solve for x quite simple. So we take x's to one side, numbers to the other. So it's going to be 32 minus, so there's no x squared or anything, so it's going to be 32 minus 9, which is 23, and then 112 minus 72, which gives us 40. That's x divided by 23 divided by 23. X is equals to 40 divided by 40 divided by 23, which is equals to 1.7. Now you've calculated your x to determine y. All you do is you sub it in and then you get your y coordinate. Lovely. So now we are done with that specific one there. What can we do for this next one? So it says show that 3.6, it says show that ABCD is a parallelogram, youngsters. It's quite simple now. We already know that if your two sides are parallel, you just have to work out the distances, and not even necessarily the distances. Can you see the gradient of here and here are not equal? So because m of AD is equals to m of BC, we now can already go ahead and say that they are it is a parallelogram. Now, so there's nothing more that you need to do there with regards to this here. So I hope you guys understood how to do this specific calculations with regards to this analytical geometry. Revision, it wasn't a difficult question, quite a simple question. Everything is done perfectly for you guys. Yeah, stay safe and keep well.